guys, what's up? All right, late video here because I want to explain scalping, how it's done, because I think a lot of people in the Discord and the Patreon, they hear that term constantly, but they have no clue what it means. Okay, so I'm going to use this, NURO. I'm going to demonstrate with NURO. All right, this is a ticker now that is gapped up in the after hours, Friday. Okay. When a ticker like NURO, if you guys want to pull it up right now, you can do this with me. Go ahead and pull your platforms up. I want you to find NURO. Go ahead and find it. Neurometrics. Neurometrics. It was trading at $2.70 pretty much all day. And then after hours, you had a little bit of a gap, a sell-off, and then a rip. Usually when you see a rip like that after hours, it's because news just come out. Something has just broke. Some type of news broke on this company. Okay, that's awesome. But we might not have time to find out what the news is because it's ripping so fast. But just so you know, if you have this pulled up right now, you're finding this massive, massive gap up. Okay, this is how I'm going to trade it. And this is what scalping is. We want to get in on this. This is easy money. Okay, this is the day trader's dream. This is what we chase. This is what we go after. We want these alerts right here. I don't care how experienced you are in day trading. This is what you go after. NURO. Here's how it's done. First thing I start doing, okay, there's three things I'm watching. I'm watching volume. I'm watching volume weight versus ticker price. I'm watching orders come in. Now, I don't really necessarily care about orders going out. I care about orders coming in. Let's say right when this thing starts ripping, you know, maybe I've had one or two trades. That's a scalp. First trade is a scalp. Second trade is a scalp. And maybe I'm second guessing the third trade. I'm like, man, this thing might be gassing out. But then all of a sudden I see a $20,000 order come in or 20,000 share order come in. Well, that's extremely bullish for me. If I see somebody coming in and I'm second guessing and I'm watching the volume and I'm watching the volume hold the ticker price and then that order comes in, I'm probably going to buy. That's just confirmation for me that, hey, some other motherfucker just dropped 20 grand or 100 grand. Well, I'm going to ride that guy's coattails. Just an example. But here we go. This is scalping. So all of a sudden the news breaks. I don't have much time and I start watching volume and I'm comparing volume to price action. So I immediately decide to enter at $2.95. Just an example. I hope you have your brokerage account open. I enter at $2.95. I'm looking for a tiny. Now, what I will typically do, I'll base this off of 1,000. I never go under 1,000 shares. Sometimes I go 2,000. Sometimes I go 3,000. Sometimes I go 6,000 shares if it's cheap enough. We'll base this on 1,000 shares. So it's at $2.95. I'm in at $2.95 and I will sell at like $3.10. Okay, a very, very small trade. But all I'm looking for here, guys, is the small incremental percentage changes to where I can get in, I can get out, make $300 quick. Okay, so let's just say as an example, I don't know how much I made on that one, but it's at $3.10. Scalp number one done. I then look at volume again. Volume is still coming in rather fast. It's holding the price versus volume weight. It's all there. It's everything I need to see. I see buy orders coming in. I then buy back in. Now I'll miss the 310 because that's where I sold. I'm buying back in at say 339. At 339, I am now watching again price action, volume coming in, and I decide I'm going to sell at 374. There's another small trade, 1,000 shares. Boom, she just made me what? Another $200 or $300. Boom, I'm looking for another entry if I'm going to scalp it again. The volume is still coming in. She's hot. No signs of fucking slowing up. Orders are coming in. Boom, I enter at 363. Very last scalp, very last trade. I catch 383. I'm out. Volume begins to dissipate. The volume begins to possibly thin out and she's slowing down. Boom, I know a sell-off is coming. Guys, why do you think they put the two most important aspects of day trading or trading in general right in front of you? On all your platforms, what are you looking at? You're looking at the ticker price and you're always looking at the volume, right? Those are the two most important parts to this game, especially that volume. The volume dictates the ticker price. A lot of people get pissed off at me in the Discord because like, dude, you're selling too fast. You sold, you didn't tell us. And it's like I have the scalping mentality to go in and do exactly what I just explained to you guys. And a lot of times I'm just not fast enough alerting, but now I'm getting there. So I'm becoming much better at alerting everybody in the Discord. This is an example of one that I might scalp Monday. So Friday, this began to rip. News. We're going to watch pre-market. I'm going to be watching all pre-market gap ups, not just this one. I'm watching all pre-market gap ups. I want to see anything that's moving 20%, 25%. There's a reason they're gapping up. Okay. First sell-off. Boom. She trickles all the way down to $3.37. There's your very first sell-off. Typically, I don't get back in on a sell-off. I don't. But if I'm having a really good day, sometimes I will, and I'll risk that 359 or 337 entry. And this would have been a very small rip back. And I try to tell people it's the momentum up on the first rip that you have to ride, because it's the safest way to make cash in the smallest amount of time possible. If you're getting in on the second, you would have had an opportunity on this one, but it's a very small window. So you got to be real quick on this one. Like in and out, fucking lightning. That's why I tell people don't. But had I have gotten in on this, I don't even know if I would have caught the entry on this one, guys. The entry was only 337, and you would have rode it to 348. You may have gotten lucky and caught it, but that's why we don't re-enter. Okay, here's another example of what I pay attention to when I'm day trading. Now, let's say I'm eyeballing 3 gap ups pre-market. They don't necessarily have to be coming in off of Friday. You know, tomorrow's Monday. Monday, news breaks, 3 tickers, they begin gapping up, and they're beautiful. Maybe I have a 50% gap up, I have a 40%, and I have a 30%. I'm watching all 3 of those. All 3 of those are in my radar, and boom, I alert my Discord. I'm going to start doing this. I alert my Discord. I tell the Discord, hey guys, these are the ones I'm watching. Not sure of the entry price yet. Put them on your radar. These are the hot 3, the top 3 that are gapping up that you need to pay attention to. News just broke. The other thing I pay attention to, guys, is the shares, okay? The float. I want to make sure that they're tiny floats. Like I don't want to day trade a 900 million share float ticker. 900 million shares is like barely going to fucking move. I'm going to get trapped. It's going to suck. We're trying to trade like 20 million, floats, 10 million, maybe 25 million, 3 million's phenomenal, 2 million's amazing, 1 million's the best. You see where I'm going with this? You got to trade micro floats. So that's how you make money. Consistent money, micro floats. Okay, so let's say I've got those 3 tickers. They gapped up pre-market. I'm excited. I got all 3. I got a 50%, a 40%, and a 30%. Market opens and my 50% immediately tanks. Shit, I'm done with that one. I go to my 40%. I go to the 40% and she's slowly selling off. I go to my 30% and she's slowly selling off. You know what that tells me? That tells me that is going to be one shitty ass fucking day, and I probably need to watch my ass, and I probably need to go really light, do not trade heavy, watch my back, and probably use a smaller dollar amount than I normally would. There's an alert for you. If your hot tickers sell off as soon as the market opens, that means the market's probably going to have a bad day. All 3. If you got like several in a row and they all just tank, market's going to suck. I've learned this, okay? I've learned to just close my fucking app and leave for the day. Anyway, another example of how to scalp. This is another thing I do. Okay, so I'm scalping Nero, N-U-R-O. Let's say I start my very first scalp because I'm low on the candle. You know what I'm saying? That candle's just a ripping, baby. She's ripping, and I'm low on that rip. So I go in my very first trade, 3,000 shares. First scalp, 3,000 shares. Then I'm like, okay, now I'm going to grab a second scalp. Second scalp, 2,000 shares. Less risk. Because why? You're moving higher up the candle. That's why. 2,000 shares. Now, I go into the third. I'm a little nervous. I'm like, I might catch this, I might not. What do? 1,000 shares. You are just diminishing the risk as you go higher and higher and higher. Lower the risk. In case you get trapped, you don't lose a lot of money, okay? Boom, 1,000 shares. You make your trade. Everything goes as planned. Add all that up. Add scalp 1, scalp 2, scalp 3. Add all that money up. That's how much you made. You do it in small, teeny tiny 5%, 7%, 5%, 6%. Such small increments. But when you're done, it totals 18% gain. Instead of being like, oh, I'm just going to sit and I'm going to wait for this bitch to rip the full 18% and you don't make any money because it goes to 17 and then it sells off and you're like, ah, fuck. You know what I'm saying? When you could have had small increments all along the way. Guys, it doesn't matter if you sell at $3.50 and then she goes to $3.60 and you're like, oh, well, fuck, I'm out for the day because it just went to $3.60. No, you buy at $3.60 and now you ride it to $3.75. And then shit, you sold at $3.75. Well, it goes to $3.85 and you're like, well, fuck, no, you're not done. Buy at $3.90, sell at $4.05. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if the ticker kept going. That doesn't mean you're out. It means you took profit, get back in. Take profit, get back. That means the money is locked down. You got the money. That's all that means. It doesn't matter if you're getting back in at a higher number. It's the whole point. Instead of just riding it all the way up and then losing and riding it all the way down. Now, that's scalping in day trading. You're going to notice that I like to gamble. Now, that's what I do the most of. NURO, scalping, day trading, that's what I do. I like to gamble and I like to go long on stocks like RMED, RMED, that are short squeezes that I just want to plant my money on the dip and just wait it out. That's a different story. Like there's a lot of people in the Discord right now that are waiting for that short squeeze because it's the second most likely and it's the second shortest and this is the one that's going to squeeze. There's one other one that exceeded it, but this one's already up to like 260 something percent short interest. So that is the other way that I invest, okay? That's called investing. That's not necessary, or swing trading, because I'm buying today and I'm not necessarily going to sell it for a week or two. I'm just waiting for the squeeze, okay? Don't get those confused. You're not scalping RMED. You're just sitting it out and you're waiting for the rip. Now, when she starts ripping, what do? I start scalping it. When she starts ripping, Teddy starts scalping. But the bottom line here is, on a short squeeze, you're able to make larger gains because, again, it's squeezing, but you're in at ground level. The whole point here is not to chase like we chased NURO because she already started ripping. With a short squeeze, you get into the very bottom. You're trying to catch the very bottom before it squeezes. And then as she's squeezing, because you're at the bottom, you get to sell, or you get to buy and sell the entire candle, the entire rip. That entire explosive fucking parabolic move, you get to just scalp the shit out of it. Or take it all the way up. Maybe you're up 150%, whatever. One trade, you're done. Okay? There's the difference, guys. I hope that makes sense. So tomorrow morning, what I'm doing is I'm watching gap ups. I did this the other day. I think it was SNTI. Came out of nowhere. I started alerting my army, and I was just scalping the hell out of it, doing exactly what I just told you guys. Small increments, small percentages. I'm grabbing 500. I'm grabbing 800. Grab 1,000. Grab 1,200. Then add it all up when you're done. That's scalping, okay? Now, if you can only scalp 3, a lot of you guys are like, well, I only get 3 trades a week. You need 2 brokerage accounts then, or you only need to scalp 3 times a week. Just get 3 good scalps in a week, and you're good to go. Now, if you don't want to do that, have you a Robinhood account and have you a Webull account. Or if you're married, have a Robinhood account in your name because it's the best to day trade on, and then have a Robinhood account in your spouse's name set up. So now you have 2 Robinhood accounts, 2 different social security numbers, 2 different banking systems, whatever. You see what I'm saying? It's 2 different account numbers. Now you get to scalp 3 on one, 3 on the other. That's 6 scalps. You got 1 extra day in there. You got 1 extra scalp on a Monday. You can scalp 2 times on Monday, then 1 time the rest of the week. 6 scalps. Okay, that's it. That's my advice for everybody. Happy trading. Tomorrow I'm on the alert for gap ups. Right now I put 2 in the Discord. If you guys want to join the Discord, the link is below to the Patreon. It's $10 a month. The Patreon gets you into the Discord. 10 lousy freaking dollars. Link is in the description box. Okay, guys. I'll see everybody tomorrow in the Discord. Doge Warrior out. Shaboom. Peace.